Hello, everyone. I am Tacit, and Merry Christmas Eve. So it is the actual Christmas Eve this time, and not just Christmas Eve. Hope all you guys have been having a wonderful holiday. We'll be handing out a few codes tonight, going over all the weekly spoilers, which I actually forget what we even have going on this week. It can't be that much. I'm pretty sure this was a bit of a lighter week. And aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much the game plan. One big thing that we're going to have to do finishing grind-wise is I didn't really have time today to do much PvP, which means today, on stream, we are going to be basically going until that number says 750, so we gotta go farm 600 silver marks during the duration of the stream. We are going to be here a while. So, yeah, not sure how long that takes, but we're about to find out. Probably at least 3 hours, so like 3.5, because I still have a few other things we need to go wrap up before then. One of those being, let's go over all the weekly spoilers, which we don't even have open yet. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're looking up things on one of the other streams. Let's see. Let's go bring them up. What's the first place to check? Let's go to gemsofwar.com. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the holiday. Keep in mind, this is not the night that we're handing out the big pet code. That will be tomorrow night, but we'll still hand out a few codes tonight. Just not the big one. That'll be on Christmas itself. Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, I guess, this latest news. Are we already on the latest news page? Could just clicked on it. There we go. Alright, spring into the holidays. I see. It's not the first time we've seen this. You can find the following rewards for each of the different battles you may encounter. None. Interesting. Alright, well, let's just see the troop. So, as far as the troop, we're going to be having a Bright Forest event next week. As far as the troop is 13 mana cost, green blue, pretty good color for trading up stuff. It is a bunch of magic, or I should say a very small amount of magic to an ally, and mana equal to half of their mana costs. Okay, so it's one of those kind of troops. And if they are Fey, bless and enchant them. It's one of those like Fey buffing troops. We've gotten this for a lot of categories in the past, and this one's for Fey. I don't really foresee that being useful in any degree whatsoever. But we got another Bright Forest event. Bright Forest, of course, is oh no, I was gonna say it is a magic-based kingdom. No, I'm thinking of Silverglade. Yeah, Bright Forest is pretty relevant then. I guess the most relevant thing about Bright Forest would more so be its event key drop table? Most likely. Like if we go check the event key drop table for Bright Forest, we go to collection, go to kingdom, go to Bright Forest, go to base rarity. I believe we have what? Leprechaun, which is probably the most noteworthy thing. Tomorrow is or all next week is the new players get easy Leprechaun week. So if you do not own a Leprechaun yet, go throw every event key you have next week until you have Leprechaun, as it is so good. You also get things like Child of Summer for the Empower Red. Queen Titania is one of the early game, actually a lot of the game, just AoE good option. Still one of the better Fairy Fire options in the entire game. And a bunch of stuff that's not in drop table, like the dragon. But, yeah, it's not too bad. We're mostly looking for Leprechaun if you are a newer player, Child of Summer, and Queen Titania. The rest is pretty average, or just not in drop table. A lot of stuff not in drop table here. But anyways. Other things that we have going on this week. Let's go check the Terran's World, as that should have a few others for us. If we go over to, terransworld.com. If I could spell it correctly, .com. There we go. Where should we go? Weekly spoiler. So, what do we have here? What do we have? I don't believe we have anything, last I recall. Where does it start? So, we have Underspire, which is standard. World Event, which it doesn't even show us the scoring on the other page. Faction for Sunken Fleet. Wednesday, we get Shimmer Scale Egg, which I forget what that actually bonuses to. Oh, duh, Shimmer Scale itself. That makes sense. Thursday, just the class event for Hierophant, which is that one cleanse burning. And yeah, we have Arena. So yeah, we have nothing going on next week. That's what I thought. Yeah, next week we have literally no event. I'll be doing a lot of PvP that week. Definitely a catch-up week for videos too, because I still have not covered that Mythic video. But we will soonish, at some point. After tomorrow, after the holidays. But, yeah, we have nothing going on next week. Like, the biggest thing we have going on next week is this event is still continuing. So make sure to go finish out this event. Actually, speaking of which, let's actually start here before I forget to go do it. But yeah, that's probably the biggest thing, is whatever rewards you still need from this, you can go get. That is by far the biggest and pretty much only thing happening all next week. Very, very late week, that is for sure. But anyways, guys, hello everyone. Hope all you guys been having a wonderful, wonderful weekend, holiday, and soon to be Christmas. Hello, Bill Warhammer. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Genki. Hello, Lester. Hello, yeah. So we got the festive red shirt. That's how far our festivity goes. I'll see if I can find the Christmas hat tomorrow. I should have a Santa hat laying around somewhere. And if I'm not, well, we'll wear red shirt because we can't wear a green shirt. Hello, Alex. Hello, Tyrion. Also, with how much pounds I gained today, we're gonna look like Santa too by the time we get there. I am probably gonna gain like 10 pounds between today and tomorrow. Gosh, I've been eating so much food already. Like, I can barely move. Like, I was almost in food coma and wasn't even able to do this stream. I was like out for hours. Luckily, I set an alarm that did go off. Hello, Lester. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, where was the other one? Hello, Lone Wolf. Hello, Chad. Let's see. How is the Christmas foods? Oh, it's been good so far. We have a lot planned for tomorrow, too. We're going, like, a bit of a weirder route. We're going down, like, a seafood kind of route for, Christmas. So we're going things like, oh gosh, what was it? Like a lobster bisque. We're doing, like a crab cake over a, Eggs Benedict kind of thing. A few other sides, like stuffed mushrooms, stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty seafood heavy. Probably the most seafood heavy we've done at Christmas before. Yeah, it should be good. And also I've been picking out some things already, obviously. Alright, let's get these 6 battles done so we don't have to deal with this event until tomorrow. But that's like the biggest thing we actually have going on next week. Don't forget to finish the Christmas event or holiday event or whatever it's called. As we basically have nothing else next week. After the Monday event, because we have a Tuesday brings nothing, Wednesday brings nothing, Thursday brings nothing, Friday's arena event, so that's a whole weekend of nothing. The only day is like 1 troop on Monday. So after Monday, there's nothing new all next week. It's just a catch-up week. Unless I got a surprise us with a random Vault event on the weekend. I highly doubt it, though. That would be cool. Good old refreshing water. I just realized we should have enough to buy the pet today. I think today's the day we finally max the pet. I didn't even bother buying a single copy. I'm not sure why. I figured I'd buy it all at once this time around. No clue why I came to that decision. But it is the decision we have come to. How many more points do we need? Oh yeah, we'll easily make it. Even just 2 more battles will do it. We have 3 more. We should stop spending like 50 gems a day. I think we can get to the rest of our rewards without actually spending a single one. So, probably shouldn't. Or, you know, probably should keep spending so much. We just stall it slightly longer. We only have to do 3 a day and still get all the rewards. Oh no, I need to do the math on it. I'm pretty sure we're at the point where we could actually stop. We gotta make sure we still have enough for the power orb by the end without spending more. Oh, you got your 2 thingies today? Nice. Oh yeah, I still need to go finish out the decks. I was going to do that before we ever do a 3rd stream for it. If we're even going to do a 3rd stream for it, we'll see. Because I feel like there's still a few loose ends. I might even just look up spoilers and just see like every loose end we might have forgotten. Because so far I've still been avoiding spoilers for that game. But, I don't know, I do kind of want to finish it before the end of the year. That way we're basically completely done with Pokemon until Gen 10 or whatever on Earth they do. So realistically, the next Legends Arceus game, or not Legends Arceus, but you know, the next Legends game, or whatever they're calling that series at this point, will probably come out before Gen 10 Pokemon. And statistically, based on how both of them went, it will also be better than both Gen 9 and Gen 10 Pokemon. Let's see. If you did not get the Iron Bundle, do not go online. Oh, yeah! I didn't get the Iron Bundle yet. That is true. I'll need to go solo that. That is true. I need to make sure I do that. I completely forgot to do that this weekend. It even crossed my mind. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, I could easily solo in offline. What terror type is it? Ice? Let's see. That one over. Grab a green over there. Ended like an hour ago. You have Isabel for. Oh yeah, I completely forgot it was even going on this weekend. Oh, it is ice? Okay, that's not too bad then. Alright, there we go. Let's go max out the pet. Oh no, I just realized! We're not going to be able to max it right now. We'll be able to max the pet, but I won't be able to get the spare pet till tomorrow. Because I forgot, the 6 pet costs 200, not 100. So I'll buy this 5 times, and then we need a 6th one. The golden teddy bear. Which is literally called a golden teddy. But, yeah, we don't have enough to actually get it. Never mind. Well, at least we get to max out the initial pet. But I completely forgot. The final one is 200, not 100. Because I think I sometimes say in some of the videos that costs like 600 total. It's actually 700 total. Keep forgetting that the final upgrade is an extra 100. Compared to all the other ones that are 100 each. Ah, there we go. The teddy has been maxed. And we have enough green food that doesn't even dip into white. Perfect. And there we go. And that now gives 5 to all stats to the Theodorvish, which is mostly only used for its final trait, so this 5 to extra all stats doesn't really do much, like at all. But hey, we got him. Another pet for the pile. Get a little bit of reward from it too. 15 gems and a power orb. Anything good from it? Nothing. We've been doing so bad on orbs lately. Alright, so let's go wrap up some other things. I guess let's go to Underspire next. And maybe some faction. Some dungeons and everything else. Quite a few. But yeah, let's go finish out Underspire. We are currently right here. And we must find the final door. Let's see, how have we been scouting? Well, we pretty much full scouted the place, so it can't possibly be anywhere other than here, so that's good. Still sticking with the same team. It's been doing what it needs to do. Yeah, the stream's going to be going for a while tonight. I don't even know how long it's going to take to get 600 silver marks. What do I need here? Take a brown. I was gonna say, hopefully we get some good mana there. Nice. We can deal with that. Throw another poke on you. Ideally get all the mana we need. Throw that down. Dead. Oh no, a double path. We can still make another mistake. Because of course. Oh, so hello, Insane Gamer. Welcome, welcome. Depends if giants show up. So thank you, Lester, for the 30 pence. Greatly appreciated. The Lester has arrived. That has been here the whole time, and I've been ignoring him. Who knows? Let's see. I'll take that one over. No, we haven't been ignoring Lester. I just don't read every single thing he says. Because some of the things he says. What do I even need here? Let's see. Though generally speaking, I don't even read everything from chat. Like, I do read it, but I don't, like, read it. Like, you know, like, verbally aloud read it. I still read it. Let's see. Unless I'm, like, really focused on Guild War or something else. I normally see almost everything that goes in chat. Just depends if I read it out loud or not. And Lester just has a high rate of not reading aloud what he says. Let's see. Take that one over. They're on the ignore list. Oh, let's see. I'll take the brown over there. Oh, good. Well, that's a dead end we don't need to worry about. That's convenient. We tried to make a dead end path, and then the dead end path led to, well, a dead end. But a dead ended so quickly that it didn't even do anything. Your Christmas present will be Diamantina. Ooh, hope you get it. I guess it's not a luck-based thing. It's more so a, you know, getting that last little bit of Dragonite kind of thing. Because assumably you already have all the gem dragons then. Because once you have all 6 of a given dragon, the rest of the grind isn't actually luck-based from their fourth. It's just a matter of getting the X number of Dragonite, as the cost from their fourth is consistently the same. It's the grind to get the 6 that is inconsistent. Yeah, also, just as a heads up tomorrow, I have not the slightest clue when and slash if tomorrow I am covering the weekly video. I hope it comes out tomorrow, though I don't even remotely know what time that will be if it does. Let's see. I want to try getting out in the morning if I can, though. But I'm not going to be staying up to record it tonight. If I don't get it out before noon, it's probably not coming out until Tuesday. Let's see, realistically. Oh, excuse me. Still can't believe it's almost Christmas already. Well, it pretty much is. Some of your guys' time zones, you're already in Christmas. Merry Christmas! We're almost there. Does it feel like these last few boards have been nothing? Can't do it tonight, don't want to get caught by Santa. Hey, well, look, the boss rooms are next to each other. What a coincidence that seems to always happen. What's kind of funny is it's the boss room next to the boss room that it unlocks. Man, let's go take it. Alright, did they ever fix the Rubraf team? No, that's kind of funny. I kind of already knew this earlier. I just thought, like, maybe... Oh, maybe they hot-fixed it. Nope, there's still no Rubraf in this Rubraf fight. I believe out of all the Gem Dragon fights in the Underworld, it is the only one to be, you know, missing the fight. It's missing the entire fight. The Rubraf that's supposed to be there. Every other one has their Gem Dragon. This one very distinctly doesn't. And obviously that is not intended. And it still hasn't been fixed in like 3 patches now. Let's see. Does no one in the beta test remind them? Like, hey, Rubraf's not a thing. Because that's something I used to do in every beta test we were ever in the past. Is like, here's the long list of things you guys still haven't fixed. Are you going to fix any of these as well? And they never almost would. Maybe like one out of like the 50-something things. Did the pumpkin roll survive? Oh yeah, there's a lot of pumpkin roll. It still survived. There's too much other stuff today for the pumpkin roll to not survive. I did have some, though. But only some. It's a pretty big pumpkin roll. It's not small. Like, we're talking, like, bigger than loaf of bread size pumpkin roll. Actually, maybe comparable to loaf of bread size, actually, now that I think about it. Like, it's about the same size of loaf of bread or slightly bigger than loaf of bread size. An entire pumpkin roll. Oh, we gotta use this ingot. Also, I like how the room moves over, but you barely even tell because we're, like, right here already. Oh, we need to go buy more torches next week. Well, let's go use it on this. I'm still not sure if it's even worth using on the final fight. I've still been doing it, though. Maybe we'll stop at some point. I've mostly been doing this because we calced out that it's, like, 30-something bucks to max out every pet over the course of, like, half a year if we kept doing it on this. Just doing one lantern a week. And honestly, that didn't seem too bad. Like, it's a little expensive, but I don't know, compared to things that you can spend money on, doing that to max out all pets doesn't seem too bad. What am I doing here? Yeah, I don't need to change anything. Biggest threat, though, is I have no good way to target out last slot other than my weapon. After this, we'll go finish out, what other event do we still have to finish? I guess the other main one to go finish is, well, Invasion should be done. Which one am I thinking of? There's still an event we have to go do. That isn't what we're doing right now. For whatever reason, I'm forgetting which one it is. Figure it out when I go to the other menu. We'll be like, oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, under Invasion, Underworld. That one. Words. Underworld was the one. I remember now. Oh, we still got a little ways to go in Underworld, too. Like, it's not one that's, like, super close. I think we're at, like, 160 or 170 and you get to 230. Which I guess we're kind of close. It's still, like, 6 floors. It's less than how much we had to do the other 2 days, but still quite a bit of delving. I guess comparable to a Tuesday, delve event length. Eggnog cheesecake? I've never had it before. Oh, there we go. An extra orb, 50 extra dragonite, 20 extra diamonds. Is it worth using a lantern on? Barely. But we did. Alright, anyways. Alright. We have 8 torches to go use. Let's go find some dead ends. Where can we get some dead ends? There's this whole place like full scout in every direction. This is a weird layout this week. A lot of areas that kind of got full scouted already. My biggest concern is there's not that many paths we can go down. For like multi-dead end rooms. I think one of our best bet might be that double direction over there, even though it's only one off from the path. It does have the most amount of paths that can reach somewheres, I guess. We'll start here. Alright, there we go. One down. Do we get anything out of it? Oh, double path. That's what we want to see. Can you double path into a double path into a double path? That can really get us some dead end rooms. Ooh, a bit of a miss. Better Valkyrie though. Alright, there we go. That's what we want to see. Nice. And since we're already over here, we might just go down the entire other path. Anything good? No, 2 Arrhenias. Though it could have been worse, I guess. And since we don't seem to have a single double set up anywheres, I guess we just head down the other path. Because every other location just leads to single path. Could wrench out into a double, but don't know how many torches it could take to get there. This is probably the last path we get to check. Hopefully double diverges as well. I've still never tried eggnog. It's because I don't drink anything alcoholic. Hello, Sonny! Thanks for lurking. Welcome, welcome. We do have some in the fridge right now, though. But I have no intention to drink it. Yeah, eggnog itself is not alcoholic. The one in the fridge is, though. And anything with nutmeg in it always just puts me off as well. I can eat nutmeg, but any word that ever contains the word nut that can be consumed, I'm always like so skeptical of. Like obviously it's not a nut in the traditional sense, but my brain is still like, oh yeah, it's a nut. Let's see. What do we need here? Ooh, double. This should lead to at least one, hopefully. Let's hope so, because this is our final torch. Though what happens if it leads to 2? Because I can't take both. I guess we just take the higher number 1. Eggnog and coffee. Oh no, don't drink eggnog or coffee. Definitely a combination. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Is this our Christmas gift for the year? Do we get a, do we get the 3rd legend? Because we got a legendary room. Which doesn't actually have a higher chance of dropping a legend, I don't think, but, we could assume it does. It doesn't actually have a higher rate. But it's literally called a legendary room. Does it actually drop a legendary? Come on, something good, or ideally a legend we don't have. That is not either of those 2 things. 3 arcanes. Alright, well, that's Underspire completed. Alright, there we go. Alright, next. We gotta do this big event. Let me go do the smaller ones first. Then we'll do that as our last daily. Complete the entire adventure board, sure. Is there anything good on it? Somewhat, I guess. There's a verse, some gems, a gem key, and nothing in the middle. Well, we shall take it. You got your first free lantern from a sentinel today? Ooh, nice. I still have never seen that yet. I've seen torch a lot of times, which is obviously more common, but never the lantern. But yeah, lantern is pretty nice, the free lantern. You can... It's comparable to like a free silver. metal as far as its value. You could consider it a gold, but if you're already going that far, you're using the one that you get for free on it anyways. So it's more like a free pet orb or a free silver orb. Still at 0? Yeah, honestly, I was saying earlier, it's probably a grind that's going to take a year. We're at 2, like, a month and a half in. Like, at current rates, we'll have 10 of them by the year mark. And there's not saying that all 10 of those could be unique. Like, they can repeat. So we could be sitting on, like, 10 to a dozen by year mark and still not have them all. Luckily, we have one of the most important ones, the one for Blighted Land. It might actually be required at some point to get 30-star Blighted Lands. There will be a short duration where it'll be the only way to get it, potentially. And luckily, that's by far the most important one to get at Vol 6, and we actually got it as our second one. The first one we got was completely pointless. It's kind of funny. I mentioned it when we got it at the time. But the first one we got was the most pointless. It's for Golmania, which can already reach 30-star even without it. And the second one we got was the most useful one, is for Blighted Lands, which is the only magic-based kingdom of the 6, if I'm not mistaken. As well as the, pretty close to 30-star at this point. Meaning when it does eventually reach 30-star, it probably will require that Sentinel, the Red Sentinel, or whatever it is, from Under Spire. And luckily, that was the one we got, so we'll have an extra magic early on. Technically an extra 2 magic. Oh, technically 1. Because I'm not sure if I'll have the other upgrade by then. Oh, no. Wait. Yeah, we need to go upgrade Blighted Lands next then. Don't we? Oh, keep saving our writs. I think we're at like halfway there anyways. I think I need like 13 more purple deed books or something. We're actually pretty close, especially if we get a purple event soon. Anyways, let's go clear out dungeon. Did I clear out everything on here? Did I do all adventure board? Yeah, we did that. Oh yeah, we got a billion XP boosters. What's my timer on them? I guess we'll use some of them tomorrow night. I guess we could do some tonight if we really want to, though. Like, we're gonna be playing a lot tonight, but we're not gonna be doing anything that's, like, really quick kill-like. Alright, that we should be able to finish. Oh, speaking of finish, did our guild finish Invasion? Let's see. I'm not last place, nice. Tyrion slacking as much as us, nice. Yep, we were good to go. Oh, we got a major purple. See, we're setting a good example. Let's see. Alright, looks fine. Got our last little bit of reward there. Now let's go and... yeah, the only thing left then is the faction event. And then do 1.5 billion PvP. That's we decide we just don't want the pet. We'll figure that out at some point tonight. Because otherwise, we're going to be here a couple hours. Also, let me go hand out a code. I haven't handed one out. We're going to hand out like 3 codes tonight. Assuming we go for the full grind, which I think we are. But here's the first one. Enjoy. But, yeah, I think I'm going for it. We're going for the, get the rest of Silver Marks grind. Maybe this will be a good time to test how many we actually get per hour. The only problem are those annoying giant rooms that take forever to go win. Of which I think our current battle is actually to go do one. It's even worse. But I do kind of want to get the silver pet every single day. Or, you know, every single week. Until we have them all. It's not really that needed, because in the current state of the game, those silver marks become completely pointless after you've obtained them all. Not sure what their game plan is for a future patch to fix that. As there is currently no infinite sync for silver marks. Did I ever clear the Central Spire? No. We could technically do Central Spire and just stall a different one. Just because of how annoying the side ones are. Of Giant and Stormheim. I think Giant's the one I would want to keep as the one we don't do if we do it that way. You have to keep in mind, we're getting almost double the amount of silver marks from doing the slower one. So even though it is slower, it's not that much slower. Because in the middle we get 11, and in the giant ones we get 21. So it's basically twice as many currently. The middle does get better as you go higher rank, because the disparity between middle and your outskirts is way lower, to the point where you would eventually just stall one of the slowest outskirts rather than middle. But we're currently not at that point. We need to wait another 3 weeks and 1 day. In 3 weeks and 1 day, then the middle will actually be worth more than... Or not more, but the ratio of difference between the middle will be the smallest compared to the outer ring, making it actually viable to take it instead of one of the outer rings then. You can still do that now, but you're losing out on a bit of points if your main goal is silvers. So I feel the need to kill these first, even though we do more damage with the other thing. This thing has Devour, and I don't want to deal with Devour. Oh, I thought you were dead. Did not see that that was not enough damage. I will leave the 2 baby dragons for last. And his poke poke. Poke 1. Commence. Poke 2. Finish him. Just turn Wolver end. There we go. We don't have that many more floors to go. I believe by the end of 230 is completion. This event's pretty much wrapped up. We also have a lot of decent infinite loops that could be used here. Yellow's a pretty strong category these days. It kind of always has been. But particularly this combo is just so chill. It would be the same ratio. No, it won't be the same ratio, because they're starting at different base numbers. So the inner ring, or the innermost, starts at 10, and it moves to 15 per one. So it gains +5. The other one also gains +5, but it's starting at 20. So you have a difference of 15 to 20, which is a smaller difference than the other one, which is 10 to 20. Like, the ratio of difference for the total amount of points is different. Like, the actual gap between them is always going to be 10. But the percent difference of how many total points you're getting is the part that's different. Because if you had no bonuses, you're getting 10 compared to 20, which is double. So you're getting double the amount of points from taking the outskirts. Whereas at max, it's a 15 compared to 25. It would have to be 30 for it to be a double difference. But it's only 25. So you get the best ratio at diamond rank for middle. Because even though the difference is still 10 between them, the actual ratio of total amount of marks is not double anymore. It keeps getting closer and closer. Not by much, but, you know, by some. Which is the main reason I haven't been doing middle. It doesn't really get really good to do middle until the final section. Or, you know, until you're in diamond rank. Which no one can be in 3 days and 3 weeks and 1 day from now is the first time anyone can reach diamond rank. And assumably we will. I don't see any situation where that won't happen. So hello, welcome, welcome. Not sure how to pronounce that name, but welcome. I don't know, the easiest way to look at it is imagine if it went the other way around. Or even forward infinitely. If it gave only 5 points compared to 15, then it would be at triple the amount of points. And if you do it inversely, let's say they both had plus 100 more, which would still be the same 10 difference they have. But if one gave 110 and one gave 120, they're both given basically the same amount of points at that point. So the more numbers you add to it, the closer they become. So even though the difference between them is the same, it matters if you keep adding or reducing from it. And at their starting ratio, it's the worst you're ever going to get for middle. But at the final ratio, it's way better to do middle compared to when you don't have the ratio. Like, +5 for middle does way more to +5 in outer ring. As Sonny mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Hopes the line is greatly appreciated. I'll also be handing out about 2 more codes tonight. And tomorrow night, we'll hand out the all-elusive Shelf on an Elf. The best pun in the game. If you don't have one, you need one. It's personally like one of my favorite pets in the game. Out of any joke that's in this game, is by far my favorite. The Shelf on the Elf. It's the 2020 Christmas pet. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's this layout. I don't like the new layout. New layout's weird. It's 3 treasure rooms more than like the 0 the other one has, but I hate the layout. Like, it's so much more loot, but gosh, the layout's annoying. Oh no, you killed my target. Also, why am I doing that? We already did win condition. No, I saw your joke. I didn't ignore it. Again, I just didn't read it aloud. Which is different from ignoring it. Let's see. Throw a poke on you. I missed your food message? Which one? That may have. I don't see a food message. Which might be why I forgot it. Oh, pizza, wings, and brownies. Ooh. That sounds good. End up door dashing for pizza, wings, and brownies. Actually, I did get that today. Did I mention that? When we're having a bunch of food for tomorrow. We ended up just ordering out, because we didn't really have, like, a good side for today. But what we ended up doing is ordering out those cheese dips from Domino's. Because we haven't had them in, like, I want to say 3 months, 4 months? It's been a while. Like, pretty much since, like, summer. I haven't really been eating them. Because I've been having pizza less and less ever since I went to go see my dad this summer. Because after you eat good pizza, you forget how bad normal pizza is. So I've been eating at Domino's like very rarely this year since then. But I still get their dips because their dips actually kind of good. It's like one of the few items they have that isn't like completely bad. One of the few remaining items that's actually kind of decent. Also, they fixed how their promotional thingies work. Before in the past, if you got like their free quote-unquote pizza, it made it so you couldn't use other coupons. Like, for example, the 15% off coupon that you could do whenever you carry out or order online through their app or whatever it is. So now they actually fixed it. Whenever you claim the free stuff for like ordering a couple times there, they actually made it so you can double it onto the coupon. I tested it with some garlic knots today because I had enough points to get like the cheapest one. And yeah, it actually cost 0 and it still counted the 15% off. So they actually stack now. Before in the past they didn't stack. making it pretty much pointless to ever claim their free quote-unquote pizza. Between the amount that you'd have to minimum spend combined with the fact that it made it so you couldn't use the 15% off coupon or any other coupon. Made it so it was actually almost never worth getting. Unless you just really want a pizza from them, which is pretty much never the case. But yeah, the coupon stacks now. Didn't use to stack. That's a nice change. They probably made that change months ago. I think they made that change when they started changing their advertising. Because originally they only had it so you could claim a pizza. Now they have it so you can claim like a bunch of stuff with it. I just used it for some garlic knots because it costs like almost no points. I still have some leftover too. I'm just gonna eat them as a side bread. Instead of needing to make like a bread on our own, we just already have bread. Because I think I still have like a dozen of them. I think they give you like 16 or something. And I only had a few. Because the dips themselves already come with enough bread. So that'll be our bread side for tomorrow, I guess. Some garlic knots. Let's see. Can dip it into the lobster bisque. Use them like crackers. Because that's what I do whenever I go to Red Lobster. You just use their cheesy bread as crackers. You never actually use their crackers because they're pretty just generic, useless crackers. But their cheesy bread, though, that's like the best spoon ever for using on their lobster bisque. Like, you normally don't even use a spoon. You just keep using their cheesy bread. Honestly, now that I say that, I almost want to go to Red Lobster just to do that again. I have done that before. I have legit just gone to Red Lobster and just got a water, cheesy bread, which is normally free, I believe, just with your meal, and a lobster bisque. That's it. And then you just sip the water while you're waiting. Put the cheesy bread into the lobster bisque, and don't ever use a spoon. Just keep reordering the free cheesy bread, and that is your spoon. It's pretty good. I'm not sure how much that comes out to these days, but the value of it is honestly not that bad. Because that can't be over 15 bucks these days, I would assume. Probably even cheaper than that. You get quite a bit of value from it. Like, it'll definitely fill you up if you want to do it for, like, a random lunch. I haven't done it in a very, very long time. We're talking, like, 5+ years, though. Really should go do it again. Let's see. The problem is there's no Red Lobsters near me. It's the main inconvenience. So I can't really do it as, like, a convenience thing. So, hello, Henry. Merry Christmas. Welcome, welcome. Because honestly, I would probably do that, like, once a month, if not more commonly. If there was a Red Lobster within, like, a few miles of me. I think the closest one is very far away, though. Even with a car ride, I think the closest one's, like, almost 25 minutes. It is not close. Hey, Valraven. Actually need that. I think this is the last Valraven we needed to finish out. So let's make sure we don't lose this fight. Not like there's any chance we can. The only thing that could have happened is I missed and gave Valraven the chance to escape, but we didn't miss, so that's match. There we go. Throw down the poke. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to go for the full PvP grind. I kind of want to, but also, you know how long it's going to take? Has anyone actually calced out how long, or how many silver marks to get an hour? Because that's something I still haven't done. You're going to get like 600, ideally within like 2 hours. I feel like it's possible. But with some of the layout we have this time, maybe not as possible. Also because we'd eventually be forced to have to take either Giant or Stormheim. Both of which are really slow. Compared to the other sections. It's Christmas for coma, food coma talking. Honestly, I was completely out. I almost didn't make this stream that we're doing right now. Like, I was like out from food today. What's my PvP goal? To get enough silver marks to get the pet. We already got one. I still need the other, but we need like 600 more marks. And based on some quick maths I did earlier, I think it would take like 3 hours to get 600. It really depends what kind of luck you get with your rooms, though. Like if we're gonna get like 10 giants or something. Or if it's just all gonna be like Strix Yellow, or something else. Because absolute quickest is probably Strix, as far as like the outer ring. That gives the most points. Our quickest would be Strix. Our second quickest would be Suncrest. Third quickest would probably be Divine. Fourth would probably be the Ogres, or Orcs, I mean. At least if you have like a billion Zyvargruses. And then from there, it kind of just goes off the deep end for starting to get very slow. And as far as the colors in the middle, they're all pretty quick. And obviously, the very middle ring is also very quick. The biggest issue with this week is we have two very slow outer ring ones, which are Stormheim and Giant. And because there's only two that rotate, you're eventually going to be forced to have to take one of the slow ones. After this floor, we only should need about 3 more floors here. Then we can focus all in on PvP. You're 5,700 pet mastery now? Nice. It sounds very high. I have no clue what ours is at, but it's nowhere near that. I know that. I do own every pet, though. Though I'm far from maxing every pet. But I believe by the end of next year, I will have every pet maxed. Mostly due to Underspire. And Vault events, of course. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, that's a lot of... Gosh, that thing hits so hard. Why is this thing both the best spellcaster and skull user in all of Strix? It's kind of funny that it's both. Because for whatever reason, despite Strix being a skull-oriented class, like a pseudo-skull kind of thing, it's always had like skull undertones to a lot of its buffs and everything. It has never had a troop that was good with skulls until this one. It's just kind of funny that it serves both roles. It serves as the infinite loop for the category, but it also serves as a the best skull damager. Like, there's no Strix currently in the game that does more skull damage than Igris, with Igris also being the best infinite loop for mana, making it the best both for skulls and casting out of any Strix in the game. So I'm pretty sure we'll get a better skull-oriented Strix at some point, either as a legend or a mythic. Honestly, I'd rather see it as a legend, though. I feel like a mythic could be too clunky mana cost blocky compared to a legend. Alright, 3 floors to go. And we have 2 extra spare sigils, so we should be good. Even if we have to go a bit further. But completing out the 230 floors should be enough. I'm not sure if we need to fully complete it out. Partial completion might already be enough. Get a major orb of forging. Nice. And your reward was a gold glory orb? Nice. That's pretty huge. Got one of the better drops. Have you gotten like almost every rare drop now? Because you mentioned earlier you got a major pet orb too. Which is probably one of the funniest ones to get for maxing out a pet. As it also allows you to max out another pet. Oh, did we just full miss with that? That's not ideal. That's not what you want to see with that. Goes to having all your Cosmic Dragons gold? Nice. Wait, do you have every Mythic gold? No, you still have like slightly more than half, right? Oh, that's not enough damage, is it? No. You have like 20 to 30-ish left? Oh, wow. You still got a ways to go on that. I think I'm like halfway if I spend every orb I have. Still not too bad. Like, I think I'm close to like 50, 60, or 70 short. I say that though, we might actually be a bit closer than that. I'm not sure. Because we do have a lot of them just laying around. Oh, don't revive. What are you doing? I have to poke you. Because you're going to dodge every skull I do on you. With your 20% chance to have a 100% chance of dodging. How are we doing on score? Alright, we're almost there. Final 2 rewards. So close, get so far. So still not sure if we should switch to an insta-kill team at this point. Like an Iron Gut, Catharix. You're starting to need enough casts where it's almost going to be worth it. Oh, we'll be fine. Also, oh no. Ice burning. Alright, there we go. Alright, next. What we're doing. Go finish this out, so we go to PvP. Though honestly, I'm not sure if I want to do that much PvP. Because gosh, do we still have a ton we need to go do if we want to go get it all finished. Like, we nearly need to double how much we've done the entire week tonight. Not quite exactly, but pretty close. Are any of you guys going for both the pets every single week? Or have you guys just been doing like an average amount, like just 6.5k every single time? I guess we could technically pull it. But, I don't know, which one have you guys been going for? Like 6.5k, or both the 2 silver pets, or more than that, less than that? Yeah, it has all X placeholders. I did see it. We were rating at the beginning of the stream. It was pretty uninformative. But yeah, they have all the placeholders there. They actually had it the other week as well. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, whenever it was. Or 4 weeks ago, whenever it last was. Yeah, that's not the first time that's happened. So I have no clue what the scoring is. We won't really know till tomorrow, I guess. Oh, excuse me. Though we could probably infer that the lowest rarity is the worst one to take. Generally speaking, as long as you don't take the lowest rarity one, you're probably fine. Unless they have some kind of weird icon, in which case it might not be the case. But if they all share the exact same icon, normally the lowest rarity one is the one you don't want to take. I don't think that's enough damage. We're still going for it. Double poke. Poke, poke. Alright, where are we? Oh, we're almost there. We're so close. Yet so far. 2 more floors after this should do it. Possibly even 1 more if we get really high scores everywhere. But partially through that like 230 one, we should be good. So we only have to do 1 more full floor after this. The other ones I'm pretty sure are partial floor. And then that will be all rewards. Oh, he actually lived? That's not good. He denies all purple. I mean all yellow. Wait, how do we get an extra turn? Oh, I guess it can extra turn into itself. That confused me for a second because you just got rid of all yellow. But then I realized, oh yeah, duh, my yellow can match with our yellow that we're creating. Even if there's no yellow on the board, because it just creates so many gems that it just extra turns off itself. Even with 0 on the board. Not sure what they were thinking when they started adding troops that have that high of a gem spawn. These, gosh, are they broken? Like, literally 0 of the color on the board, and it still has good extra turn chance. You need 150 more silver, maybe BP farm or Sharky later. Oh, is Tyrion finally going for BP? After I get the thing, I guess I might join you guys a little. Unless you mean like literally tonight. I'm not sure if I'll be up. Maybe I'm staying up a little bit. For New Year's Eve. Because most of what I'm doing tomorrow, I'm not doing till later in the day. The only thing I don't like about the BP system in that game is, even though they added a way to use 10 at a time instead of 1 at a time, they still need like a 100 at a time option for that machine. Because I was using some of mine earlier, and gosh, does it take forever to run the slot machines with 10 at a time. When you have like tens of thousands of the material. Like, I'm not even sure if I want to go use it all, even though the loot is so good. It just takes forever. And it's not like it was in Sword and Shield where you could just mash click A and it will get done. You actually have to click things that aren't just A. So you actually have to be paying attention the whole time. You can't just like mindlessly spam A and just get through the menu over and over again. You have to actively hit like multiple different buttons correctly. So it's not as like AFK-able in that sense. You actually have to be paying attention every single time. Which is one kind of funny thing about Gems of War. You can pretty much play Gems of War by mashing a button. Because if you hold down the shoulder key button, the one that like auto casts like a specific slot, I'm pretty sure you can just hold that down and mash A and actually win battles. Like when you're doing like Quick Kill Explore 1 and stuff. It's actually kind of broken on console. You can't do that on PC or mobile. Yeah, Pokemon, even after so much time, they still have so many time wastes in their games. That just makes no sense in this current state. Like, even though they keep adding more and more quality of life, it still doesn't help. There's just so much that still needs to be there. That just isn't there. How much BP do I have left? I want to save 13,000. I think that amount of BP is enough to do everything that we'd still have to do left. Like, unique content-wise. The rest would just go in the lottery machine thing. Which I'd still need because I need those balls. Also, I took a screenshot of her earlier. I didn't bother sending it to you. I got a sport ball the other day. Any more of them. So this confirmed they're in there. Which we kind of would have already known. Just inferring by the fact that everything else is in there. If you ever get any sports or safari balls, let me know. I like catching things in them. You can trade you love balls or any other ball. Too busy to print yet. Yeah, printing in that game just is so clunky. Like, I actually prefer doing it... Like, even though the previous game you could only do it 1 at a time instead of 10 at a time, it was still better. Not only did you have to stay in the menu for a shorter duration of time, but it also was completely spammable with 1 button. Whereas having to use, like, 3 different ones just kind of complicates things. Because it makes it so you kind of have to look at the screen. Whereas before, you can just kind of do it just in the background and not even look at it. This is literally mash spam a button. So even though it's quicker, it's technically slower. It's quicker, but takes more effort. Which is kind of worse than slower while taking less effort. Because it's hard to multitask it with other things. Don't do it. Okay, good. You didn't cast. So do we have enough points yet? We should almost be there. This could actually be it. We have to do 1 or 2 into 230, but I think this is the final fight we got to do. And then, let's see. Do we start the PvP grind? Or are we just going to skip it? I'm still not sure. I feel like we should. I do feel like we should. Like, from our resource perspective, I think we need it. But also from a resource perspective, we're going to have every pet at some point. But if I don't take this now, what if it takes like 3 months for it to rotate or something? That's my biggest concern. Which is one of the reasons I kind of want to go for it tonight. Because there is a chance it takes absolutely forever for it to rotate back around. I do have enough points. Nope, 1 more. And that should be it. And this battle right here should do it. Underspire completed at floor 230, as always does. Alright, now the only thing left is PvP. A lot of PvP. Like a lot of PvP. Like doubling the total amount we've done all week in one night amount of PvP. Right, that should be all rewards. And there we go. Got our new title. Got all the orbs. Obviously, we're going to get nothing from them. Yep, that sounds about right. Hey, Trippy's ready. Alright, let's go do the PvP grind, I guess. Got a little ways to go, but yeah, let's go do it. We need to get like 600 silver. We are starting at, let's go check. We are starting at 155. I need 600 more. Well, technically 595 more. We gotta get this little hyena guy. Alright, let's go do it. And of course we're on Giant. Why would we be on anything else? Oh, I was actually midway through on one too. And then I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna keep doing this. We're on Giants. And then I stopped. Let's see. Let's go get them done. It's not that bad. Just not the quickest. It's just those two categories are just so slow compared to the rest. Or it sure feels like it. Even when it's quicker like that battle, it still feels a bit on the slower side. Hopefully we get a lot of the easier ones. You still need about 300 as well. Yeah, it's the only bad thing with the PvP system, with how it's been changed. If you do want to try going for like all the loot on a given week, you kind of have to mega grind near the end of the week. Unless you kept up with it properly the whole time. I feel like a lot of weeks is not going to happen. At least not naturally, unless you go out of your way for it. Because the amount of PvP you have to do per week is like an unnatural amount. Like, it's an amount higher than how much you would naturally try to do. So you actually have to go out of your way for it. Oh good, we got the easiest one. Now if we could just keep getting this location over and over and over again, we'll be in a really good position. Also, I should just keep taking the floor 1-1. I should not even bother with anything else. Because VP, to my understanding, doesn't really matter for too much. It's mostly the silver marks we care about at the moment. Because in Season 0, I believe VP does almost nothing. The victory point thing. Ah, that was a quick fight. Oh, is it like that in Puzzle Quest 3 as well? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep taking the very first fight, I think. I'll make it go quicker. We do get less VP for doing this more often than not. However, it'll make each battle take a substantially shorter amount of time. This is what we're aiming for. Also, I would love if he didn't just run away. But then again, isn't there still a glitch where if they run away, you still get the loot? So to a degree, it actually doesn't matter. Also, this was supposed to be a quick fight. How is this taking longer than a normal fight? Like, we keep not getting our mana, so this fight's actually taking forever. Are we about to get egressed on? He doesn't even have the stats to kill us. He's sure trying, though. How is this a harder fight than the higher statted ones? They're all literally in one-shot range, and it was the closest we've come to dying on that battle yet. You know, I'm just gonna cast this immediately, even if we don't get any immediate value from it. It allows them the following turns to get value from it. And then we win. Also, we got back-to-back gnomes. It's like it's a vault event weekend. Except it's not, unfortunately. Oh, excuse me. I thought that was barrier for a second. That would have been annoying. Bless doesn't really do anything. It's not in this context. Ooh, 90 VP for this one. If we get a turn 1 win, that's like 130 or 120. It's not turn 1. I think the bonus for winning quickly is based on if you do it on turn 2 or quicker. Currently on turn 2. Oh, we failed it. No. I think you have to finish within 2 turns. I think it's like 10 to 15 extra VP as well. Am I going to do something with Christmas? You missed the first chapter. We'll have the weekly video up at some point, hopefully. But, you know, I'm doing things throughout the day, so aside from normal stream that night and video, not really for the most part, other than we'll be handing out a code. Nothing, like, particularly special. Pretty standard Monday with an extra code. Except I have no clue when I'll be posting the video because of Christmas itself. Let's see. Because if I don't get it out by noon, it's probably not even going to get out tomorrow, potentially. There's a small chance it doesn't get out. Till Tuesday. I try to get it out tomorrow, though. Because there's not much to cover next week. Like, it should be a very short video. Because aside from teams, there's, like, nothing to go over. There's no weekend event. The only thing that's new is the new Glory Troop. And the main thing that's concluding, or, you know, being done next week is just the conclusion of the event we already had this week. Of which we could show the same teams for, so I don't even need to make new teams for it. Honestly, I don't think it's going to take that long for us to get the rest of this grind done. It's more so a matter of just doing it. The actual rate of silver seems to be not that bad. We started at like 150 and we're already at like 200. It's been like 10 minutes. So one of them was already partially done though. As long as we focus on the easiest fights and just hope we keep getting them. I almost feel like even using gems to reroll just so we get an even easier fight. I think you can technically reroll for free by like restarting the game or something similar. But I might actually use a couple gems tonight just to skip it through the actual button. Like here would be a good skip location. Because every fight is awful. The final fight doesn't give a ton of VP and the first fight is hard. This would have been a good location to skip on. We're getting there. We're already at 218. Gained a little over 50 already. So yeah, we'll be able to do it in a pretty timely manner then. As long as we don't get Giant or Stormheim too often. Should actually be pretty good pacing otherwise. Still feel like I need to tweak this team in some way. Biggest issue it's always had is getting the second mana back up. First one's kind of easy, the second one takes forever. Also, with these, it actually doesn't matter if we take the harder fight or not. With how our damage ratio works, as long as we don't have spell reduction or we don't target the one that is spell reduction, it's actually about the same each time. regardless what enemies we have. Because it's always double kill into double kill. Doesn't matter if they are really high statted or not. Easy boost ratios based on their attack. This is one of the few where we can actually take the final fight and it's basically the same speed as the first fight. At least with the team we're currently using. I was hoping he would miss with that and give us a ton of brown. He did not actually give us a bunch of brown. So how's my first slot so low in mana right now? So how does literally nothing have alignment? You know how many different converts we have right now? Not a single one can do anything. Oh no! We actually lost? I guess we technically didn't lose, but oh, that slowed things down a lot. That's not ideal. Suno, since when did you have any capability of killing something? This is a new feature I'm not aware of. What a clunky fight. Let's see. This could be like the slowest one yet. Worst part is he has like a 1 billion score reduction. And there we go. What a weird fight. Yeah, Ubistet dying doesn't help there. That's slower than the giant fight. And that barrier means nothing since we just insta-kill through it. And a double tap remove barrier anyways, even if that wasn't a thing anymore. So he's always been able to actually kill them due to how he double taps. So insta-kill just simply hit through barrier now. It didn't used to back in the day. It actually used to protect you from insta-kill. But even back then, Ubistit's still double killed. Due to the fact that he taps them before he does the damage. There's our marks. On to the next one. Also, so far I haven't been over farming on any. I feel like whenever I do PvP off stream, that always happens. Like I'll do like 12 battles and then realize, oh, I've been done like double the time now. So far we haven't missed a single one so far to stream. Mostly because I'm paying really close attention to it. Because I think that's one thing that actually normally slows down my hourly rate for silver a lot of time. He's just camping the same location when you've already gotten all 5 of the silver battles done. So we're about to go hand out the second code, I guess. Might as well go do that now. And then we'll hand out the last one around the point when we get the last of our points that we need. Which at this rate does look like it'll take about 1.5 hours, 2 hours? I don't know. What kind of rate are we getting these days? Depends if we get the really slow ones or not. So far we're doing pretty good not getting the horrific ones. Let me go get you guys a code. Right, grab that, finish this battle real quick. Then we'll go hand out code. Alright, here you guys go. Use on jumpswar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Redeem codes right over there in chat. And give same loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,000 hearts of gold. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. And we'll have one more to hand out in a little bit. Probably right before, at the point of which we get, probably slightly before, we get 750. We'll hand out like 600 or 700 or something. Which we're getting there. I think we're actually getting kind of close to 300, so honestly our pacing hasn't been too bad. When you're like full focused on it, it actually doesn't take that long. Especially if we keep getting the easier ones like we have been. Like so far we haven't really missed on getting a really annoying one. We started on an annoying one. As far as the ones that we've been getting, they've all been kind of easier ones. Like Yellow, Strix, Stormheim, Suncrest, I mean. Not Stormheim, that's the annoying one. Let's see. For last little bit of mana there, get things rolling. That was the extra turn, I didn't even see that was extra turn. Oh, what am I doing? I already have win condition. How many more fights do we have here? Oh, we're done. Let's see. Nice, Strix. Oh, we're just chaining all the good ones. How are we doing? Yeah, 255. Okay, we've gotten like 100 points in 15 minutes, approximately. Which means that's about 400 an hour? That's not bad. Wait, is that really our rate right now? We're getting like 400 an hour. It's not bad at all. Does mean we're still gonna have to do this for like an hour and a half, though. But still not that bad. Hey, Pet Gnome. Not sure if the guild needs it, but I gotta take it, so let's hope we need it. Oh, we do need it? Nice. What do we got? Oh, we don't need that, though. I'll be double check, but I'm pretty sure I already have that maxed. Wait, you have to go all the way out of here just to get to it? That's annoying. Oh, I do need it. Okay, well, good thing I checked. Quick detour. Go grab this pet real quick. We've got everyone a pet, yeah. It's actually a pretty good one, too. Kazil's one of the slightly more recent pets. And by more recent, I mean like the last year or so. Alright, one more and then we're back to PvP. In another hour, we'll find another pet. Oh, I forgot. I need the one shot. No, what am I doing? The whole point of this team is so that we could do the boost and not need a double cast. There we go. Alright, there we go. How many did we get? 3 copies. Go. Oh, wait, I actually did get 3. Not too bad. Alright. I'll grab the redeem code we just handed out earlier. All that's done. All that's done. Alright, let's go back to PvP. Still got a ways to go. We're at 255. That number needs to be 750. And at current rate, it seems like it'll take us like 2 hours. Now, closer to an hour and a half. But it could take almost to midnight. Especially since we're going to have another pet distraction and stuff like that. Oh no, if we go super max quickness, it could technically take an hour and a half. Yeah, it really depends how many giants and stuff we get. So far we've been pretty lucky not getting it. Which is slightly bad because we're calculating based on that. Are we done with this category? We should be by now, right? Oh no, one more. I say we should pretty much be there already. But yeah, our early rate for silver marks can skew quite a bit depending on if you get the easier or hard ones on a given week. Unless we get a week where they're all just easy. Alright, we got the slightly slower one, but still easy to do one. Less damage, takes longer, but still infinite loop. Also, there's an advantage just wiping whole team with one click. I'm like trying to set up into a finesse right now, realizing that we don't have one. You forgot how to control an Arceus? Yeah, that can happen after not using it for a while. Yeah, I still need to go trade over some Pokemon from that. There's just a lot that are just easier to do in that game compared to the most recent one. Which really shouldn't be the case, but it is. Also, I'd love if your turn ended sometime today. How are we the one getting turn 1 infinite and on? The worst part is I can't even get extra turn full mana here. There we go. Problem solved. Only threat has been killed. You almost fell to your death off a cliff. Yeah, it does have fall damage. It is distinctly missing from the most recent Pokemon game, isn't it? You can fall from literally, like, miles in the air and you live. Because there's no fall damage. Fall damage is a weird thing in video games. Especially compared to some that have it, compared to others that don't. And the ones that do, it is so inconsistent, like how much damage you take for, like, X amount of fall. Like, some you go a few steps and you take, like, half your HP bar. We used to get back-to-back Pet Gnome. That's kind of funny. If only he dropped something useful. No, he still has Vault Key chance. He's also the only gnome in the entire game that when you get Vault Key from it, it doesn't actually overwrite their normal loot. There isn't any other gnome in the game that does that. Alright, good. We didn't get the annoying ones. Nice. We're actually getting a pretty good streak. And we're almost at 300. But that being said, that still means we're like 450 short. But still, that's not too bad. That means we've done, what, 150 so far? That's actually pretty good. It's going a bit quicker than expected. Mostly because we keep getting the easiest kingdoms. If we could just keep doing that for another hour and a half, that'd be great. At current rate, if I kept doing it like that, I think we might actually get it within the next hour. Because if we can get it down to, like, what, a battle a minute at an average of about 5 per battle, comes out to, yeah, 500 an hour. No, not 500. Oh, that'd be 300 an hour. That is lowballing it. We're obviously winning way quicker than a minute on many of these fights. Oh, you know, there's outliers that take longer. If we averaged a minute a fight, it would take, we would get 300 an hour, but we're actually getting quite a bit more than that. Because obviously we're winning quicker than a minute an hour. I mean minute, you know what I mean. A battle a minute, I mean. I think it just said a minute an hour. It's getting late. I see that non-shiny bird hiding amongst the team. Just trying to blend in so you don't see that it infinite loops on you. Though every player-owned one is pretty much going to be shinied once we start seeing actual people's teams here. So this is going to be one of the easier ones even when we have other people's teams. Because with first turn advantage, you're very likely to get infinite loop before they do. Though if they do, you're very dead. I just realized we've been using this team almost all stream. We were just using it for the faction, now we're using it for like half the battles down here. Using it for everything today. Like 2/3 of this team, if not more, has just, or 2/3 of this stream has just been running nothing but egress. Speaking of which, hello, same team again. It just basically came into the kill everything with egress team or stream. And it does that pretty efficiently. At some point he'll end his turn. There we go. Where's all my mana? Need mana! Also, one thing nice about yellow restriction is we get double damage on everything. Johnson makes it even stronger here than in Strix, because there's some things in Strix that, oh, never mind. I thought that was the Ogress. I just realized it's impossible. We're in yellow restrictions, he's brown-green. Not even possible to see that there. Yeah, on to the next one. Come on, keep up our streak of not getting Giant or Stormheim, please. I don't want to see another Giant or Stormheim for the rest of the stream. Well, okay, I'm doing middle. That's all I need to see. Goodbye. I'm just gonna leave that there forever. Let's do the other one when it rotates around. Nope. We're just going to middle. Hello, middle. You give so many less points, but there's no way I'm doing Giant again. That also makes it so there's only one bad kingdom now. If I do middle and just ignore Giant, that means Stormheim will be the only super slow one. Only problem is for these 5 fights, we're getting like almost half as many as we would if we went to the Giant one. But even then, it's still quicker. It also makes it so there's one less spot that it can even be bad. But I guess getting middle is still bad, though. Just because it's slower for points when we're mostly going for silver. So a lot of teams here are actually, like, not horrible. Unlike the randomness that's in every other category right now. Watch him get Devourer. I would love if I got full mana. Oh, that's not a turn. It's so hard to get one more hit. There we go. Hey, firebombs. As soon as this format's fully in place, we'll never see one of these again. Last few weeks we get to see them. Ashaya's Tome, Balder, Onyx, Giant. Yeah, I run pretty similar for the other thing. Though I probably should change out the Yarl team for that. Yeah, I run pretty similar on my Stormheim. It's Onyx, Giant, Balder, Doomhammer. Because Ashaya's Tome doesn't reside in the category. It's the same premise of team. I just feel like it's very slow still, even that team. Do you think the game will survive? Oh yeah, it's gotten this long. Gems of War has a lot of longevity. It's one of those games that's kind of established itself as like a slow grind game. It reminds me of a lot of old school RuneScape in that kind of sense. Like it's pretty like forward about it being like a very slow over time grind game. It doesn't really try to hide it like some mobile-like games do, or free-to-play games in general. Like, it's an actual integral part of how the game works, is that you slowly progress over time. Because one big benefit Gems of War has always had is you can infinitely farm pretty much any resource. There are a few exceptions. But compared to an average mobile game or free-to-play game, you can pretty much farm any resource you want to any infinite degree. Like right now, I want 750 silver marks, so we're farming 750 silver marks. There's not some kind of like arbitrary per day limit or something. We need 750 marks, so we're farming 750 marks. There's nothing that's limiting it other than our time to actually go and do it. I said hello, Adam, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. I saw your team comment, but I didn't say hello. Hope all's been good. Still can't believe it's Christmas tomorrow. Gosh, this month has gone by so quick. And in like 2 days from now, it'll be New Year's in a week. Let's see. I'll take that one over. And by that, I mean it'll feel like 2 days. Obviously, it's in a week from now. Oh, did I just get my silver marks? This battle's pointless. I guess we'll do it while we're here, though. Gotta try avoiding those pointless fights. Because that's one thing that normally slows me down on my hourly rate for silver marks. Because I keep taking fights we don't need, like this one. It doesn't take that long, but that's like 30 seconds that could have went to getting more silver marks. Yep, Merry Christmas. Yeah, my time zone is in like 2 hours. But we just hit another hour milestone, so. Merry Christmas, everyone who's in a time zone that just hit Christmas today. Every hour on the hour. Oh no, will we still be going to the next hour? How many more points do we still need? I keep clicking the wrong one. We're at 361. 2 more sets and we're halfway there. Which means, what time did we start at? Though we already did have some points to begin with. That means, yeah, it's still gonna take us an hour, hour and a half then. Yeah, bah humbug. Oh, you have barrier. That's not nice. What am I supposed to do to that? I guess just get all my mana back instantly and just kill it again. Hey, bomb bots. Gotta enjoy them while we have them. Give it a few weeks, you'll never see one again. Final few weeks of bomb bots. Until they're extinct. Not because they all exploded, but because no one's going to be running a 4 times bomb bot team as their offense team. But that probably is the lore reason as to why they won't be in PvP anymore. They all exploded. There's none left. I said bomb. I mean firebomb. Same difference, though. Yeah, silver marks and gold marks carry over from week to week. As well as whatever likely third currency they're going to add there in an upcoming patch. Your VP also carries over for out the season. We're currently on season 0. And I believe in season 0, VP doesn't even do anything. Or not that it doesn't do anything. But the big number that carries over from week to week doesn't really do anything currently. Whereas your weekly number, most important thing that does is leaderboards and the 3,500 weekly. Or sorry, 6,500, I mean. Not sure what number I just said. But there's a 600, 500 weekly for it. But yeah, VP and is temporary by week and by season. However, all your silver and gold marks last forever. As well as likely whatever that third currency is that they'll probably add next patch or in a few patches from now. Have we done 5 battles yet? I feel like we should have by now. Yeah, honestly, one strategy that's actually going to be pretty relevant. It might be worthwhile before the end of this year to grind thousands upon thousands of spear silver marks. The reason for this is once these teams actually work properly in PvP and everything, the rate at which you get silver is going to be way lower. So it is worthwhile to consider sometime before the end of this year to farm like literal thousands of silver marks. Are we going to bother doing that? I have no clue. But at long term would actually be kind of efficient. Because in a couple of weeks, the battles they have to do for all these are going to be way harder than they are now. Including middle. Like every category is going to be substantially harder. Because it's going to be actual people's offense teams rather than just the randomness that they are now. And while that won't affect some teams, like this team would be pretty minimally affected by the enemy team being actually good. Just because of how its infinite loop works. But obviously some teams will be heavily affected by it. Like if you don't have Eye of Argorus and you're running orcs, there's going to be a nightmare in a couple weeks when it rotates back around. Because every team you're going to face is going to be spam Eye of Argorus or a team that looks very similar to yours. Well, the reason why defend teams, it seems like it doesn't work too good, is everyone's win rate in things like Guild Wars and such is just so high. It's not that the team is bad, it's just that the player has first turn advantage, as well as this player versus AI. So, the win rate's just really high in Guild Wars and stuff like that. I think the average Guild War win rate's like upwards of 95% win rate. I think it's really high. So if your team is even winning 1 in 10 fights, that's actually kind of good. Even though it doesn't seem like it is. Just because win rate is just so naturally high. So even a 1 in 10 is actually pretty good for its win rate. Oh, you tried using the... Yeah, honestly, Book does not seem that good offensively. It's never something I really fully, like, comprehended until I did try to use some Book as well. But yeah, Book is not that good. Surprisingly. It's really good when... I don't know, it's just so weird. Like, on Defend Guild War, I feel like it's the most disruptive thing ever. But offensively in, like, normal PvP, it does, like, nothing. It does surprisingly nothing. Like, it's not bad, but it is nowhere near that good. That's why I haven't really been running any book teams. You may notice that every single one of the color restrictions, I'm not running a single book team on any of them. It's actually not that good. Mostly because one of the biggest value points that it gets is the mana drain. And you don't really care too much if you're mass mana draining the enemy. You care a lot more about damage pressure. Not that book doesn't have damage pressure, but you just need to be all in on damage. Does this weekly rewards go to your mail if not collected for PvP? Yes. I believe you can stall the boosters that way too. I haven't been personally. But yeah, I believe it just gets all sent to your mail. I haven't actually tried doing that yet, but it should just go all to a little mail. So you do have to claim all of them at once. Like, you can't claim, I don't think you can divide it. Like, you can't claim, like, each soul booster separately. It's going to be one mail that has all 4 of them in it. So you're still going to get, like, an hour booster. Yeah, it's still one giant mail, so you can't stall it that way. It's not like the EXP boosters where they each become, like, 7 independent mails from each other. It's just going to be one big mail for the hour claim. Which is why I haven't been stalling them personally. Because either way, you're going to have to use the whole hour at once, essentially. Unlike the EXP boosters, that could be stalled way better. Yeah, some colors and just categories in general really lack any kind of good empower option. It's one thing that makes yellow so nice. E-Cattle into Egress is just such an absurdly good starting mana option. We're getting really lucky on Kingdoms. The amount of Strix we've ran today. The amount we've done with this bird today. This should have not been named the, what is it currently named? It's like the Christmas Eve and doing PvP stream. That's the wrong name. It should be the, Egress, using Egress for 3 hour stream. Or 2.5. However long. It's like probably close to 3 hours by the time I get the last of those points. Like 95% of this stream has been an Egress the whole time. But hey, it's really good. Honestly, it's even better than the Red Dragon one. Mostly due to E-Cattle. Or E-Cattle. It just puts it together so nicely. And of course, Finesse helps a huge deal as well. Well, not every color has an Empower into Self yet. I believe there's only 3 colors that do. Yellow with E-Cattle. Red with something, and green with something. Wait, did we have a red? I know we have a green one. Is that one like Forest of Thorns, Elf Troop, or whatever it was? Wait, how many colors do we have that has Empower into Elf Self color? Because we have E-Cattle for yellow. We have that one green one for green. Do we have any other one? I just sworn we had red, but that might just been the summer I was thinking of. Because Child of Summer itself isn't red, but it does convert to red while having Red Storm. But it itself is not red. Actually, those might be the only 2. Green and yellow. It's one of the reasons why this team seems so strong. Because this is the only one that has both Empower into its own color, while also having the Journey Infinite Loop Troop covering that same typing. Because the other one doesn't have a Journey Infinite Loop Troop to go with it. Like, it has plenty of other things to go with it, but not specifically that. Making yellow the only category that has it right now. Which is why it's so strong. Not like yellow need even more of a buff. I always feel like yellow has been one of the strongest colors in the game. It just has always had a lot of options. Covering everything from super offense to super defense. And for the longest time, they were adding a lot of divines. Hey, our first orc. They were adding a lot of divines. Most of which, of course, included yellow. Like, a lot of mythics were divine. They kind of really haven't been doing that much lately. Divines have really fallen off. Ever since the absolute peak where they got nerfed into the ground, and even then we're still peak. But eventually they kind of fell off a bit. Well, it's because they kind of stopped doing Divine Legends lately. Not that there's been none, but the rate at which they've been doing them compared to in the past has definitely slowed down compared to other typings. Because initially they were doing very heavy into just Daemons and Divines for Mythics. Like, of the first 20 Mythics added to the game, I think, I want to say upwards of 80% were either Divine or Daemon. Yeah, honestly, if you don't have triple Eye of Argris or quad Eye of Argris, I would say Orc is actually more annoying than Giant. But it's actually a cakewalk if you have Eye of Argris. The problem is a lot of people don't have 3 Eye of Argris laying around. I specifically got it with the foresight that, like, oh, we're probably going to need like 1 billion of these at some point. And it turned out, hey, it did actually happen. I mentioned that when he first came out, too. Obviously, not everyone had the resources to do it at the time. But, hey, it paid off. But yeah, this is really annoying, especially if you own 0 Eye of Argris. Because every single team you're going to be fighting against is either going to be a mirror of yourself, with, like, double empower of this thing with the other one, into, like, the summoner and, like, your hero with some weapon. Like, every single team is either going to be that, as well as what you're going to be using, or, like, spam Eye of Argris. And using something like that compared to just spam Eye of Argris is going to be way weaker. But yeah, out of any category we've had so far, this is definitely the one most influenced by what you have. And the things that you need to get to make it good is actually kind of expensive. Because it is not easy to get 3 of the same mythic after the event has ended for it. Like, you still can, but it's, you basically have to do it with diamonds or really lucky event keys. But realistically, it could cost you 8,000 or 12,000 diamonds to do it. Which is not a small amount. Plus, there's other things you might want to prioritize. Because when on earth are you really using triple Eye of Argris? Like, yes, like right now, it's really good for exactly what we're doing right now. But beyond this exact moment in time, when you're really running triple. Like, it's a fun gimmicky team, but unless you're forced to have to use it, you're generally not using it that often. Unless you're under restriction like this, where you basically have to use it, if you have it. How on earth did that miss so hard? Oh, what am I doing? I could have killed him with the ability. Don't think it's going to matter too much, so... There we go. What's nice is, I don't think most orcs, if any, really even have skull dodge. So we're actually landing pretty much all of our skulls, which is nice. Not need to worry about them dodging constantly. Alright, good. I thought we got Stormheim for a second. Actually, we haven't gotten Stormheim all night. We're getting kind of lucky in that regard. How are we doing on points? Okay, we're doing pretty good pacing. I only need 300 more. Oh, this is easy. We got this. It was going to take like another hour, but we got this. Should actually take a little less than an hour. As long as we keep dodging the most annoying one. Should be fine. You run 3 Argris and explore 12, yeah. Honestly, the main benefit of Eye of Argris is it's very chill. You can just mindlessly just tap and it just auto-wins you the battle. Also, under AI control, it would actually be kind of good if you want to use it as like an AI team. Because there's not much the AI can do to mess it up. Like, even if you're playing it manually, you're kind of just mashing the screen anyways. And the AI can do that for you. But it's one of those teams that you can just do whatever and it will be correct, pretty much. Like, you can't really mess up your turn unless you skip an extra turn that was obviously just sitting there. As long as you take every extra turn skull, you're just good to go. And then just swipe whatever past your turn and then it just wins for you. The only problem is if you're up against another Eye of Argris team, you kind of have to pay attention a bit more. But if you're using Eye of Argris against a non-Eye of Argris team, you can kind of just do whatever. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Wasted a cast when we could have already killed. Make sure to grab 4. Honestly, the next time we see an Eye of Argris, I'm probably going to get it. Now that we know we actually need them, and it's not just like a gimmick just for the fun of it, I am actually going to get a 4-5 Argris. Because I don't feel like Hero really supplies much value there. Though I say that, oh no, maybe we do still just go 3. Because if we're an Eye of Argris team against another Eye of Argris team, our biggest issue is going to be Entangle. And obviously we can just run Elemental as Hero for that. So I might actually stick with it, we'll see. He's running Elementalist when everyone's running Skull Spam is going to be kind of useful. Not just for the barrier on Brown, but obviously the Entangle freeze. So I'll probably still just stick with the 3, even if I was to get a 4th. Which I might still do, just for the sake of it. But, I'm pretty sure I would still just run the 3 with Elementalist. It's one of the reasons I run Writhing Staff too. It doesn't tangle the first slot. I don't really need it in the current category because it's not really any threat of dying. But once we actually do have a proper threat of dying, it'll be nice to not die with. At some point we'll go down. There we go. Is that the final battle we need? Yes. No, it finally happened. We got Stormheim, and I have to do it because my other one's on Giant. So we're forced to have to do this fight now. That's not ideal. Actually, why don't I do it in the other location? It would actually work out a bit better because I can use any weapon while still running this team. Whereas here I'm restricted to this little hammer thing. It would actually be quicker to do Giant rather than this one. Not by much, but enough so to justify doing the other one. So we already committed one fight. We're too far in. Guess we'll do this one. Giant is better than Orc? I wouldn't say that. But Giant is better than Stormheim. Orc's only slow without Eye of Argris. In which case, yes, it would be your slowest one. But Eye of Argris team makes it pretty chill. There's that one new troop that came out. Have I even bothered upgrading it? I don't remember. Yeah, troop came out yesterday. I mean, Friday. Why are they all so annoying? Why must every fight here be super tanky too? It's a problem with Giant and Stormheim restriction. They all have 1,500 HP. It's the highest HP location in the game. By quite a margin. Come on, give us easy first fights. At least this one isn't as high. It's not necessarily easy, though. Well, at least it's a little lower. Not by much, though. Let's see. I know, you've been feeling sick, Chad? Hope you get better soon. Hey, what do we need? One more fight? One more fight. One more fight. They're all basically equally hard. Yeah, I still took the first one for some reason. Hello, Black. Welcome, welcome. Alright, we'll take that over. Get our thing up. Get a last little bit of mana, let him poke us. Get our gems in there. Did I just double? I think I just double. Of course, it just overwrites both the Ubers. A little bit of that, a little bit of this. There's no way we get it on brown. Not even worth trying. Still looks kind of bad. Alright, fine, we'll do blue. I think I should probably get full mana on first, but oh well. Yellow looking pretty juicy there. So just prioritize red. I also should prioritize skull. And then we red the dead. There we go. Is that the final fight? Let's hope so. There we go. Alright, next. Not that one. Suncrest. Not the most optimal one, but far from the worst. Well, it looks like we'll finish at like 30,000, which actually makes sense. We finished at 33,000 last week. Which checks out. We're 488. A little more to go. Yeah, we're almost there. Honestly, this is going a lot quicker than I thought it would. If you really focus on it, you can get 1,500 probably in like 5 hours. It just seems like longer because very rarely am I like 100% full focus on PvP when I'm doing it. Especially if we're doing it off stream. But like full focus is under 5 hours to finish it over the course of a week. Which isn't too bad. It is a bit of a grind, but it's not like a... Compared to some grinds, it's not that high. It is a bit high for a weekly, but it's a very optional weekly. That after we get it done, we'll never need to do again. Because how many pets are currently in the game, we will very quickly reach a point where we do not ever need silver marks again if we keep doing this. At current rates, within 2 months, we will never need to do silver marks again until they add more things to use silver marks on. If we keep doing it at the current rate at which we're earning silver. Alright, how many thousands of times will this thing revive off of 20%? Alright, only once. Actually, now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever seen that troop double revive. Definitely have never seen it triple revive. It's actually amazing how big of a difference 25% is to 20%. You got your second pet, now you're BP farming. Is Lester also BP farming? I don't know, I'm not sure if I'll be joining you guys tonight. I'll try to, though. Maybe for a little bit. Technically, I could join you guys right now, and you guys could just farm BP for me. And I'll try to help on any group event. We can leech off of it. That wouldn't really be much help in actually farming it, though. Well, even if I was to do that, I would need to go catch that one Pokemon first. Before I turn it online, because I never got the Iron Bundle yet. Alright, one more. And then we're on to our next category. Then we need like 300 more. So close yet so far. But it should take under an hour at this point. Should have done it the other way around. Now I can't really take a skull for that much value. Unless they all take themselves. Alright, next category. Purple. That's not too bad. I think I actually used Celestial Dragon for this too. I just realized we haven't gotten blue all night. We haven't gotten to use the Grey King build. Speaking of Grey King. Gosh, when Stellaryx wants to work, it is so broken. You just spam click it into infinite loop into itself. Assuming it doesn't miss. The problem is when it misses, which is pretty often. But when it doesn't miss, that is so much damage. It reminds me a lot of Wild Queen in that regard. Like, when it works out perfectly, it is so broken. The problem is the moments it doesn't. But when it does, very nice. One of the few things I still actually use Stellaryx for as well. Still need to cover the team's video on it. I've been meaning to for like a week now. But pretty much since we got it on day one, I've been meaning to. Keeps getting delayed. Now because of the holidays even more so. Like at this point, I'm not sure I'll be able to get up until like Wednesday this week. It'll be exactly 2 weeks after it came out. Which is still fine. Most people don't even have it yet, so not in too big of a rush to get it out, but still should. Because obviously a lot of people don't have Stellaryx yet. It's even hard to get than Dimatina. Plus, I still feel like it's better to get Dimatina first. Alright, one more fight. I was gonna say, we should almost be done there. Another one down. Alright, blue. Hey, we were just talking about. We haven't gotten blue all night. Finally got blue. Wow, it took us like an hour just to cycle to all colors. Or all options. So we're so close. We only need 225 more. We're almost there. Actually, honestly, at this point, that's like half an hour. If we can keep up this rate. We're pretty much there. Yeah, honestly, this didn't take as long as I thought it would. We basically did all of PvP in under 2 hours. Like, we basically did a whole 750 within 2 hours. Which isn't that bad. Which means within a given week, yeah, it would only take like 4 hours to get them all. So Merry Christmas, Haley! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that means like an average week of full focus is like 4 to 5 hours to do it all. Probably closer to 4. It's not too bad. You also get the free 100 from the thing. You get like the small amount daily as well. That at the max league will be 70. Also, keep in mind, this isn't even the highest rate yet either. Once we get to diamond rank, we'll have an extra 4 per time that we do this. So yeah, honestly, it's eventually going to reach a point where it's very consistently under 4 hours. Even when we start getting the harder teams. As long as you also have teams that can keep up with it. The problem is, could get really difficult for some people who might not have everything. As this new PvP system is definitely going to be a lot harder for lacking options. Compared to in the past. Because normal PvP was pretty lenient on, like, not having every option. You are gonna not have a good time, though, if you're missing a lot of stuff in this new PvP format. It is actually very dependent on having a lot, and I guess they kind of did that by design to encourage people to, you know, actually farm up, like, a wide range of troops and not to spam the same team for everything. But in doing so, that also means you need a wider option of, well, options. Which, of course, is harder to do. Especially if you're missing, like, a key component. Like Eye of Argus for orcs, for example. But there's a lot of other instances like that that pop up. Especially on specific troop type ones. Or if you don't have that exact option, could be substantially harder. Also, some things that's kind of funny. We're on a blue restriction team. And that gnome can be replaced by any gnome. But it happened to have been a blue gnome. That's kind of funny. I'm pretty sure that gnome can be replaced by any color. But it happened to be blue. Or maybe it is restricted by the color. Has anyone actually paid much attention to that? I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure that could still be pet gnome or any other gnome. It's just pure coincidence that it happened to be a glory gnome in a blue restriction. Because if it actually is restricted by the mode, which I'm almost guarantee it's not, that means blue would actually be kind of good because of the glory gnome. But I'm pretty sure that's not the case. It's just pure coincidence that we happen to get a glory gnome there. Because I could have sworn I've already seen a pet battle on them when they weren't green. Because we've never even had a green restriction for it yet. Like, obviously we've seen a pet gnome, but I'm pretty sure I've seen a pet gnome in a color restriction that wasn't green. So, just a funny coincidence there that made it easier for Grey King to win. Because we wouldn't have been able to hit it with Grey King otherwise. Wait, did it just die to burn? What has happened there? I have no clue what just killed it, but I'll take it. Also, what's kind of funny is people who run the Empower teams will actually make it even easier to win this. Because the enemy having Empower actually helps us, not hurts us. Because as long as they miss, all they're doing is just creating us a billion skulls that we then get to use ourselves. making us win even quicker. So all the people who don't have Eye of Argus that start running double empower Skull, which is pretty much the only option you have realistically, is actually gonna make this team even quicker, oddly enough. Because as long as they don't land their empower convert, you just get like infinite skulls. Because they're gonna create you like a free dozen skulls. Yep, final fight for this section. You got your Boliina? Nice. Kind of funny that you did in the same order as well. We should have ours in the next 30 minutes or so. Oh, so I'm still going to hand out a redeem code. Still got one more left. We said around 600 or 700. We're getting there. Not quite there, but we're pretty close. What's that split damage coming in handy? Oh, we got max souls. I didn't even realize there was a soul gnome there. It died so quick. Alright, how many are we at? We are at 562. Final stretch. 200 to go. About another 100, we'll hand out a code. And we'll go from there. Hey, fire bombs. Oi! The combat looked cooler, yeah. It's also a funny pun. Not as good as some, but it's on the list. Also, not sure why I'm clicking the Bombot team when we have like infinite damage. I'm clicking it thinking like, oh, that's the easier fight. But realistically, every fight here is, as long as it's not infinite loop secret or something. I would love to get a turn. Just one turn and we win. Thank you. I know, revive. What am I supposed to do with that? There we go. How are you not dead? At some point he will die. You immediately maxed a new pet. Gosh, you got a lot of spare pet orbs if you're just maxing them outright. Second you get them. I don't even plan to max any of the PvP ones. The main reason being is they're probably going to be added to drop table at some point. They mentioned. They said they currently don't exactly plan on it quite yet. But they said that it is something they might potentially do. And due to that, I'm just holding out. Alright, let's see. Just fixing my nail. It's too jagged. They're collecting dust. What else would you use them on? I don't know. Maybe we'll add something that you need a lot of pet orbs for later. Right, 2 more to go here. There's enough full mana. There we go. Nice. Optimal Stellarix right there. Leprechaun extra turn straight into double Stellarix. About as optimal as you're gonna get there. No! We just re-rolled middle. It's not ideal. Middle's actually not that good. until we get diamond rank. The ratio of what we're getting here is just a bit lower. But simple enough that it's honestly not that big a deal to go do. Like, the teams you could do here are broken beyond belief, because there's no restrictions, so you can use literally whatever broken, anything you want. But, the points that you get here, silver mark-wise, is very low. Also, full missing, into secret team, that's not ideal. That's a quick way to die. And a weaver. We almost got infinite looped by a team that we could one-shot in one click. Oh yeah, we're still going. Probably still another half an hour, a little less, a little more. We need like 200 something more silver marks. Which at this point should be slightly under half an hour. A bit of a bad Stellarix there. It happens though. Hey, a verse gnome. Not one I need, but a verse gnome nonetheless. I'm gonna miss seeing 4 times Firebob. Last few weeks we ever get to see it. 2023 is the year that Firebomb finally dies. Rip Firebomb 2019 to 2023. Or however long it lasted for. I think it came out in 2018 or 2019. Rip Firebomb 2018 to 2023. He served well for being the weakest defend team to ever exist. It still technically is, but there's no real location where you can use it anymore. So I would love if you just didn't randomly win. That'd be great. Thank you. Don't do it. Don't do it. How do we lose to a team we can one-shot? Let's see. Don't do it. He did it. That's really funny. Oh wait, I didn't even need to do that fight either. Which is the funnier part too. Wait. Not only did we die to a team that we can one-shot, but it was a fight we didn't even need. Well, I can join you guys in a little bit. The problem with me joining right now is I would need to go do the iron bundle. I'm not sure if I can multitask that while doing PvP. Because I need to do that before I connect to online. I guess it shouldn't be that hard. I'm pretty sure you could just run Drain Punch, Iron Fist, or whatever his name is. Because realistically, that should be enough. I'll just wait till after the stream. Oh wow, we got the same pet back to back. First time I activated it, now someone else activated it. But we actually got the same pet back to back. Which, based on how many pets there are, that odds is less than 1% chance of happening. Kind of a weird, lucky thing to happen. Yeah, I activated this one an hour ago, and now someone else in my guild just activated one. Got 3 copies last time. Hopefully we can also get another 3. I need 5 for the next upgrade, though it's very unlikely we're getting 5 in one drop. Possible, though very unlikely. I think you can get up to like 10 or 11 or something. The chance of that happening is absurdly rare. I think the highest I ever had was a 7 or an 8. I'll take my purple. I need those purples. What am I supposed to do for mana? Loading, loading, loading. As I was mentioning earlier, we're using a bunch of Egress. We haven't used Egress in a while. We haven't been getting lucky with the better categories. At least we've been getting pretty minimal Giant and the other one, though. Honestly, just stalling one of those and doing middle instead has been helping a lot in not getting the worst one. Definitely a strategy we'll need to use more in the future. It just feels like a slight waste because it gives more points, but honestly, it's still worth it. The battle's just too annoying to deal with. Hello, Jason. Welcome, welcome. Also, 1 more hours until New Year's. I mean, not New Year's, until Christmas. Wrong holiday. Give it a week. Now, depending on your time zone, it might be in 7 minutes. Actually, what even falls in that time zone? Because I just realized there's almost like no countries in that time zone. Like the time zone that's like midnight in 6 minutes from now. Because what would that be? That'd be Greenland, Iceland. And that's it? Hawaii, maybe? I forget where Hawaii lands. I'm pretty sure Hawaii used Eastern time zone. Oh, also part of Brazil, I believe. Or maybe even all Brazil. As well as some other things in South America. Let's see. Where am I doing? Okay, we did that. Let's go back to PvP. How many more points do we need? We should almost be there. It's almost time for code as well. Yeah, we're at 584. So in 2 more, we'll hand out code then. Actually, technically, this will bring us to exactly 600. Like, literally on the dot 600. You got enough silver for 1 of the pets? Nice. You don't think you're going to get both this week? There's enough time to. So you'd have to grind like every last second from now until the end of the event. Might not be worth it. But it's still very possible to make it in time. To get another 750. Also, I'd love to gain mana. Instead of just pure losing it. No, we didn't get the good ones. Wait, where is it? Oh, we got Orc. Okay, that's fine. Orc's not bad at all. Yeah, we should be at exactly 600. Let's look at that nice clean number. 150 more to go. At current rates, that should take like 20-ish minutes. As long as we don't get trolled with a lot of bad ones. Oops, the skull that I created just made it so I didn't get 5 times red. Because I was looking at the board before the gems got created. Ooh, hope you get a bunch of good food. Nice. Yeah, I'm still stun locked from food. I don't want to even see food until tomorrow morning. I say that, give it an hour, I'll be hungry again. So a lot of better stuff, the better stuff won't be done till tomorrow though, because that's to all be fresh. Like the crab cakes, the lobster bisque and all that. Oh, so I just realized we're actually gonna lose. I'm like barely paying attention to this fight. We are actually gonna lose. We actually lost. How many more fights do we need? 1? 2 more. I'll catch you later, Chad. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, that reminds me. Let me go hand out the final code. I never did yet. We'll do it as soon as we finish out this section here. Which is literally this fight. And then we'll do the final stretch. We're pretty much there. Alright, final code time. And then we need to get about 130 more marks. Let's see how many we're at right now. We're at 621. So close. It's so far. Here you guys go. Final code for the stream. We'll have another 3 tomorrow night, with one of them being the 2020 Christmas pet. If you haven't already gotten it, you'll be able to then. I'm sure one will be handing it out during the stream, but at some point tomorrow night. With 2 other codes. With that same loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls. That's 500 gold. There you guys go. Enjoy. Alright, let's go finish this already. Oh, we got back-to-back at work. Oh, back in we go. Thank you whoever just claimed the code first. Greatly appreciated. I could take that for 5 times. I guess it technically did with all of them that got brought together. And it's matched. Don't even need the other skull. Game just plays itself. Until it misses and we die. That's very rare, though I think we have died like 3 times now to Ivarg versus killing itself out. If you play very carefully, that's not going to happen, but you kind of don't a lot of times. The whole point of this Steve is just to be super reckless. It's not really meant for win rate. It's meant to win quickly. Oh, don't give me 100% revive. It's actually quicker to take this one. So we don't have to kill 5 troops instead of 4. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more of that guy. Also, there better not be someone who runs a team of 4 drakes. Because I will skip that every time I see it. Honestly, if I see any player-owned team once the teams are actually in, has even a single drake on it, I'm skipping it. Just not worth it. Too many 100% revives. Good strategy if you don't revive Argris, though. Not a whole team of it, but like one of them just to kind of offset your team. Unless you want a super troll, in which case, yeah, you would run 4. There's no point in doing so offensively. Unless you just really wanted to troll people. But even then, no one's going to take your battle if you're running 4 of them. The second anyone sees that, they're running from that fight. Or, you know, not literally running, but, you know, not choosing that fight. I guess you could stun it all, but you'd have to do it with, like, a hero weapon. Or hero's trait, like Elementalist. Yeah, we got purple again. See how close are we? Should we just be the last final stretch? I think we're at 100. Yep, 108. We're so close, yet so far. Final stretch. Final 100. Honestly, this grind wasn't that bad. It's actually a lot shorter than I thought it would take. I was expecting to be here almost till midnight. And we're about to finish it by... Well, actually, I say that. We will finish by, like, 11:30. So, what I thought it would take almost to midnight, that honestly wasn't that far off. It's gonna take us to like 11:20 my time. Like 40 minutes before midnight. So that kind of took us till midnight. My initial prediction kind of was correct. A little quicker though. But still took a good amount of time. Alright, 2 more fights, and we're at the final 100. Technically less than 100 at that point. Come on, let me Stellarex. Let me get the win. 2 casts, you're dead. Cast number 1, go. Wow, that's a miss. Cast number 2, go. Alright, there we go. Let's go look at the nice shiny number. 100 to go. Technically 92 to go. And we got a good color. Good old yellow. Oh, it's better that we get Strix. It's the same team, but we get 5 more silver marks. Why are we doing that when we already had the win condition? But there we go. Could have done that like 3 turns earlier. Oh no, another Egress. The Egress Wars. That'd be funny if a random team just had Egress any cattle on it. Obviously, once we have player-owned teams, they're all going to pretty much be that. Maybe not all, but the increase at which how many we'll see is going to be exponential. Compared to it just randomly happening by chance. Which does still happen. We have seen some already. Egressy cattle teams. Well, once it's all player-owned teams, you're going to see a lot of them. So why do you have stealthy of all things? Hopefully we'll just keep getting good categories as well. I'll catch you later, Sonny. No problem for the codes. Enjoy your Christmas. About 15 minutes to go. And we're going to make it with plenty of time, too. Still like another 2 hours something in the event. Like almost 3 hours. So we're cutting it a little bit close. But not that close. Unless we like magically lose electricity, but even then I could just use my phone. Finish out whatever's left. We did randomly lose electricity the other week. I shouldn't say randomly though. There was some kind of tornado warning for a couple hours. And it must have took out a couple power lines. Because I lost electricity for a couple hours. Nice, nice. You need more mana, though. Wow, that actually killed. Of all the ways to finish, a Leprechaun cast is what does it. Somehow just triple killed off a Leprechaun cast. Actually, no, that was a double kill, not a triple. Still, though. Not really something you would expect to kill multiple things. It does sometimes, though. We're getting so close to a level 2. I don't think we're going to get it this stream, though. But probably tomorrow, because I got to use at least one of my XP boosters tomorrow, if not multiple. I've been stalling like a whole week of XP boosters at this point. For no particular reason other than I don't feel like using them at the moment. Now the stack just keeps getting bigger. I'll throw some of them tomorrow night. At least one of them, we kind of have to, otherwise it expires. Oh no, I just made the dimensions bad. And because they made the settings weird, it takes like a billion menus to go change it. Alright, there we go. All has been fixed. Alright, where are we? 2 more battles. And then we should be on the last 80-ish points. Means we only have to go take out like 6 more sets or so. Depending on what kind of numbers we get. Ideally all outer ring ones. Come on, give us a bunch of Strix and Suncrest or something. Even the elemental ones take, not that they take longer, but they don't give as many points. Because we want to see mostly Strix and Stormheim. I mean, not Strix and Stormheim, Strix and Suncrest, I mean. They both start with S, so they're the same word. I'll take that one over. Grab one. Grab one. At some point you'll get mana. Grab one. No, we'll do this first. Okay, grab one. I see. 1 HP, wonderful. Oh, we just got double middle. That's not ideal. But I don't feel like doing giant, so I guess we do it. Round 2. It's better than the alternative. What am I doing? We already have win condition. Ooh, that's the one actually annoying with web. I'm gonna skip him just in case. It's unlikely he gets it off, but likely enough to skip it. Yeah, it's for Sacred Treasure. You know, I'm gonna take it just so we don't have to deal with Ivargris, I guess. Another team we won't be seeing anytime soon again. Ooh, really low stats as well, that's nice. Should be a single Stellarix. Right, one more. And please give me a different section that isn't middle PvP. Also, don't be Stormheim. It was like Strix. We were getting so many Strix early on. Whatever happened to them? This is basically an Eye of Argus stream. Now it turned into us actually doing PvP stream. What happened to the Eye of Argus team? We keep getting sections that don't have it. Come on, Eye of Argus. Come on. Boo. Yay. Eye of Argus, but less points. But still Eye of Argus. Same thing, but we get less 5 less silver for it. Which isn't that much, but it adds up. Okay, I think we only need to do about 5 more sections now. And at current rate, that should take about 8 minutes? Merry Christmas, Daddy Shark! Welcome, welcome. I still have one more fight here. I do have any alignment. Ah, good enough. I'll take that. Get a pokety poke. Can I get a pokety poke? Pokety poke. Pokety poke number 2. Pokety poke number 3. Just pecking them to death, literally. It's literally like the definition of chip damage. Just pecking at them until they're in kill range, and then they die. One peck at a time. Alright, how many more do we need? Oh, oh wow, we only need 3 more. We're there, we're pretty much there. Oh, we can do it. Oh gosh, I might have to do a giant. It's got a Suncrest. I think we have to go do Suncrest and giant, and that'll be it. Oh, do we bother ending on a on a giant? I will if we get middle. If our other option is middle or color, I think I might just do giant. Plus, it might force us if it goes Stormheim. I have a feeling it's going to right at the end. But hopefully it'll give us something really easy like Suncrest again, or Strix or something. I'll find out in a minute. Hey, we're only 2 sections away. And this one's not gonna take that long. A bit longer than the other Strix team, but not that bad. O'Shea's Toma, double Balder. Yeah, honestly, for that other team, I should go switch to, because I currently run Ural for the other one. I run the Balder, Onyx team for Giant, but I didn't bother using it for, Stormheim. Or sorry, the other way around. I'm running it for Stormheim, but didn't bother running it for Giant. I really should, though. I don't think I'm running O'Shea's Tome with it, though. I'd run, probably Wand or something similar. I don't know, we could go down O'Shea's Tome. O'Shea's Tome's a lot of mana. And our whole team would be blue. And some elemental. But it lacks cleanse. Which my main concern with that would be freeze. Because there's a decent number of freeze options there. O'Shea's Tome also struggles a little bit to get blue mana when you're running a 4-team of blue. Like, it explodes the whole board, but there's only so much blue on the board. And it gives half the mana for it, rather than the full amount. Because that's one thing that is pretty nice about Wand of Stars. The X shape that it does, or in the pluses as well for the other ability, you get 100% of the mana. One downside of some of the explodey weapons is explodes only give you 50% mana. And yes, it will probably clear the whole board, but you do only get 50% from what you do clear, rather than the full amount. Oh yeah, it does have Blue Storm, that's true. And Blue Storm doesn't really get in the way to Skulls too much. Because Skulls already have such a natural low amount of spawning on the board. Like, it does lower the chance that you get Skulls, but not by that much. Most of your Skulls are going to come from Balder. Yeah, one more, and then we just need one whole section. Yeah, we definitely always want to run Titan class when you're running Giant or Stormheim. It's pretty much required. Because the 50% mana start across the whole team. Giant used to be used for that a lot more in the past as well. Hey, nice free skull. Should be the last one we need for that one. Come on, please. Give us Suncrest or something. Something absurdly easy. Or not Suncrest. Give us a Strix. Nice! We got it. This is the final one, right? Oh, that's so free. Alright, there we go. The stream started with Eye of Argus, we're ending with Eye of Argus. As has been like 90% of the stream. There we go. Get the win with the bird team. Yeah, that's it. We do 5 battles here absurdly quickly if I could ever get mana. And that's it. That'll be the final reward. Make sure to buy the right one and don't accidentally get the wrong one. And we're good to go. Pretty sure I already have the bat. I just do want to double check though. Yep, 4 more battles. And I will call it for now. Go get the pet. Go get it upgraded. And that will be the event we completed. Until next week. And honestly, the only thing we have to do next week, there's like nothing going on. Aside from all the Monday stuff, the only goals we'd really have next week is finish the holiday event. Which we have everything except the golden pet, which we'll have tomorrow. Then the only other thing I need to get is the power orb. Which we technically don't even need, but obviously we're still going to go for it. And then the only other thing would be getting the 2 PvP pets. Might even farm some silver marks next week. Just to get a surplus. Because soon it's going to be really hard to do PvP. And it would make a lot of sense to farm them now while they're a lot easier. Hopefully we actually have some good categories next week though. Because the outer ring's going to get re-rolled. And it might re-roll into quicker stuff, but it might also re-roll into harder stuff. Because obviously the Strix and Suncrest might not be there anymore, which are some of the quicker ones. Though also some of the slower ones like Giant, Stormheim, and potentially even Orc, depending on what you have, will also be gone. Most likely. Though we saw what the inner ring is, possible that it rolls the same room again. Alright, 2 more fights to go. This one more, and that will be it. That'll be an entire 750 farmed pretty much in one stream. Which it took us about 2 hours. Which honestly, not that bad. We're getting like 400-ish an hour. Which is a bit quicker than I thought we would be getting. Though of course that can vary heavily by week to week. As well as based on what you have, as well as your stats, as well as a billion other factors. As well as if we were in a deeper league, as well as when the PvP teams are actually harder in a couple weeks from now. So many factors will come into it, but at least at this current moment in time, we seem to be averaging like 400-ish an hour. Alright, here we go. Let's go get the pet. Let's just double check that we got the right one. Because that is officially 750 right there. Has been done. Now let me just double check. Oh, tribute's ready too. Hey, perfect timing. Right on tribute timer. I think we just barely squeezed through first place there. There's a very close gap of 22,000. Look at all the zeros. These are all people that did at least one battle last week. And only 12 of them did a battle this week. Yeah, look at leaderboard though, gosh. 400-something thousand. The average in the middle there is like 100,000. To even make it into top 100, you need like 65,000 probably by the end. There's still 2 hours left. They're probably still farming. Someone literally just named Dragon. But, yeah, there we go. Let's go get the right pet. Let me double check that I got the bat. And that we don't have the hyena. Let's see. Yep, there's the hyena. Let's go get it. Let me go check the bat. Let's see. Should be right there. Yep. Alright. Let's go get the hyena. Go to PvP shop. Go to pets. Click on the Bolina. Are you sure you want to get the Bolina? And there we go. New. Alright, has been done. Wait, why doesn't stock say 0 here, but this one says 1? Wait, what? That's weird. I got a combat this week. Did they change that midweek? Wait, did they change this midweek or something? Why does my combat say I can buy 1? But I already bought 1 this week. That's weird. Because obviously we already have a combat. It's literally sitting in my thing right there. Combat. That's strange. Oh, every day it restocks? Oh, I thought we restocked weekly. It restocks daily. Never mind, that would explain why. Yeah, it restocks daily, not weekly. I thought it was a weekly restock. That makes sense. Alright, but anyways, guys, I think that will do it. Actually, you know what? Let's go upgrade to 2 pets. Might as well. Well, we'll be back tomorrow night. Same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3.5 hours prior to now tomorrow. Our main goal will be just kind of going over all the weekly stuff. Just trying to get all that rolling. Probably a lot of PvP teams to go over as well, which we'll cover a video for the following day, hopefully. Because a lot of the outer ring will actually switch. There's going to be a ton more teams that you have to go over. Oh, there we go. We got to do new PvP pets max. And who knows, maybe we'll actually get the categories for them. Because so far, we haven't actually been able to utilize a single PvP pet. Every single battle that has rotated so far has not been a pet that exists. So we've had 4 pets so far, but not a single one in the inner or outer ring has been associated to that pet. Obviously, it will at some point, hopefully next week. But yeah, we haven't even gotten to use any new pets. Not like they do much. It's just a small extra bit of stats. But, you know, they add up. Your stats can go a long way. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday if you celebrate. Have a wonderful Christmas. Merry Christmas. We'll be back tomorrow night, and we'll be handing out a Christmas code with the 2020 Christmas pet. Almost said Halloween pet. With the 2020 Christmas pet, the Shelf on an Elf. We'll also have 2 other codes, and hopefully a Santa hat. See if I can find it somewhere. But then that's going to be a pretty normal Monday stream. Just kind of going over everything for the week. Getting everything done, and going from there. Anyways, guys. Enjoy your holidays, and I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.